Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Amanda Alexander, and I'm an associate professor and area coordinator of art education in the Department of Art and Art History at UTA. I teach 5 undergraduate courses, including a summer visual culture class, work as the liaison between the Art and Art History Department and the College of Education for the art education students. I periodically guide independent studies for students. I sit on MFA and PhD committees for graduate students. And my research explores international and local community-based arts research and learning, sustainable social and cultural development, and social justice. I graduated from The Ohio State University with my PhD in art education and a focus in arts administration, education, and policy in 2010. And I also received a Master's of Arts degree in Arts Policy and Administration in 2007 from The Ohio State University. And I also have a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business from Indiana University, Bloomington, when I graduated in 2000. Professionally, I have worked in marketing for several years, completed the Peace Corps from 2002 to 2005, and worked for both the Ohio Arts Council and the Ohio Cultural Facilities Commission. I've also taught with Upward Bound and high school in Columbus, Ohio. And I taught for 1 year at Edinburgh University of Pennsylvania before coming to UTA in 2011. So I just wanted to introduce myself really quickly, but I am going to share my screen with you to talk about the art education program a little bit more in detail using some slides. So bear with me a second while I share my screen. Okay, so I call it the art education program. What it is a Bachelor's of Fine Arts in Art with a teacher certification through the state of Texas. So here's my contact information. I'm like I said, the art education area coordinator, my email, and here's the UTA Art and Art History website for art education if anybody is interested in looking at more information there. So BFA with teacher certification for grades K through 12. The Texas teacher certification requires 133 credit hours. It's the BFA with 15 hours in the College of Education, which includes 3 classes in the College of Ed, and then your clinical teaching or student teaching semester, which is your final semester of the program right before you graduate. You also have to complete 4 art education classes and a BFA senior lecture. These art education courses are basically methods and pedagogical courses in art and art education. So the courses in the College of Ed are the pre-adolescent, adolescent growth and development, content reading and writing, and teaching diverse learners. And then clinical teaching is also, like I said, that last semester of your career at the university. And you would be in classrooms the whole semester in K through 12 classrooms with 2 different cooperating teachers as your mentors, learning about how to set up a classroom, what teaching looks like on a day-to-day basis. It's all hands-on and experiential. The art education courses are the Introduction to Art Education, Planning and Constructing Art Curricula, Applying and Teaching Art Curricula, Technology and Art Education, and then your senior lecture, which is only it's a 1 credit class. So you just have to basically present your whole career, your whole journey at UTA in the art education program, and your student teaching experience. So these are just little bits of descriptions of the art education courses. The Intro to Art Ed outlines histories, theories, and current issues in art ed. It's sort of a beginning course or a beginner's course. Sometimes I get students who are interested in art education who might want to take this class just to see if it's right for them. Some keep going, some don't, but typically both of these 2 courses that are on the screen now are taken together in the fall semester. They're only offered in the fall. So usually students take these 2 and then they take the other 2 in the spring, and these 2 are prerequisites for the spring classes. Again, back to the introduction to art education class, students learn a lot about the K through 12 arts and visual arts standards in Texas, national art standards. It's a little bit of a careers in art education class as well. So what also can you use the degree art education in? You can use it in museums, other arts organizations, community arts. You can use the degree to move on to get a master's in art therapy, etc. The planning and constructing art curricula course is more of a curriculum development class. You learn how to write learning objectives, use your state and national standards. You learn how to assess students for all level, K through 12. So that's elementary, middle school, and high school. And we learn a lot of learning strategies, methods, and theories of teaching. You get to go out and observe classrooms and have those experiences, and that helps you to decide if it's a good fit for you as well. We also do some hypothetical teaching in the class with your peers. That's usually how it's done in this fall class. The spring class is then applying and teaching art curricula. I see this class as a continuation of the planning and constructing art curricula class. In the fall, we do a lot of book learning, theory, strategies of teaching, hypothetically teaching in the classroom. And then in the applying and teaching art curricula class, we actually take what you learned in the fall and we move it to a variety of different spaces out into the community. We go into museums. You're also in K through 12 schools again, but you're able to apply what you learned in more experiential settings. There's also a service learning project that goes along with this class. So you're just sort of honing your skills in teaching, being in front of people, writing units and lessons, et cetera, et cetera. The technology and art education course is basically what it says. It's basically set up to help students incorporate technology into their curriculum development, but it's also for students to learn how to use technology to appropriately teach with it. I feel this class is sort of the culminating class of all 4 of the art education classes because students come out of this class with a developed website that they can use for interviews, which that website will basically have a lot of the assignments that they did in the class, also have images or pictures of the experiential learning they did throughout the classes, have their resume, maybe teaching philosophy, etc. So it's a good tool to use when you go out and start interviewing for jobs after you graduate. And then, as I said, the senior lecture is a 1-credit class. It's taken during student teaching or clinical teaching so that, at the end of your clinical teaching, you present your experiences. Some careers I mentioned before, but here's a list of some careers that I think art education is a good segue into these careers, or you can use your degree for these careers if you sort of focus on these areas. For example, art teacher is kind of a given. You will be getting a state certification if you continue through the program and graduate. So you could teach in any school in the state of Texas with that certification. Now, if you wanted to move out of state, also because the Art and Art History Department is NASAT accredited and the College of Ed is also AQUEP accredited and has accreditation through well, it's not accreditation, but they have to follow guidelines and laws through the Texas Education Agency, TEA. So if you were to move out of state, it's very simple to basically transfer your certifications due to reciprocity with a lot of states because we are accredited. I mentioned like museum education or becoming a museum educator. If you wanted to do that with an art education degree, it would be a good idea to do an internship or some sort of volunteer work in the museums. We do a little bit in museums throughout the program, but that's a good example of, getting an art education degree and sort of focusing or specializing in a certain area. I would say if you want to do something like that, you should talk to me. I could give you some advice and tips, but something like an internship would help that. The same for a lot of these. art therapy or becoming an art therapist, you have to receive a master's degree, but we can set up your degree plan so that you have all the prereqs to go into a master's program for art therapy. I can answer more questions on some of these. If any of you have questions, you can email me if you're interested in any of these career options under the umbrella of art education. We also have a student organization or club on campus, the Art Educators Association. It's a good group to be a part of. We do a lot of networking, collaborating. It's good for professional growth. You can build your resume by being on the board, helping out at events. We all share resources and support one another quite a lot, and I'm the faculty advisor for this organization, so I try to be available and come to a lot of the events as well. So here's a few pictures, and if you, like I said, if you have any questions, my name is Dr. Amanda Alexander. My email is amanda@uta.edu. These two pictures here are, it's a community engaged experience that we do in one of my classes every spring semester. My students are able to go out and teach adults experiencing disabilities at the Evergreen Cultural Arts Center in Fort Worth, and it's been a lot of fun. My students really like it, and this is just one example of many things that we do in my classes. So again, if you have any questions, please email me. I'm going to end show now. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a good day.